Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 18 of our Morghur the Shadowgave, SFO Grimmhammer, and the Old World campaign. In today's episode, Wulfric has brought his creatures from the Black Lagoon, his mammoths, and then the few hunters that have actually survived his hunts, onto one of our herdstones to try to bring about its ruin. We've also got some undead that are waiting in the wings to see just how this battle plays out, so hopefully we're able to do enough damage to Wulfric's squad here and while retaining enough of our own troops that the undead don't try anything, but I'm betting anything. We're having a double wave of doom here. Then that is even if we get to survive the just absolute onslaught of Famir stalkers here, which look fairly dangerous. They've got the bleed effect, magical attacks, so they'll be ripping through any kind of physical resistance we might have. They've also got, I think, one of the most dangerous things here, besides Wulfric himself, who has, what, 990 weapon strength, excuse me. 990 weapon strength with, 30 bonus versus infantry and 10 versus large. He's got Weather the Storm, so as long as he's out of melee, he'll have some more resistance than he currently has, which will be bumping him up to 40%, which is pretty dastardly. Any lords and heroes in his area are also going to suffer some pretty nasty penalties. We're going to want to keep them well away from Wulfric. He's also got the Sword of Torgald, so he can double his current weapon strength just on the fly and make himself unbreakable. We've got all sorts of horrible things that he has access to here. So most important target we're going to be dealing with first is going to be the Shaman Sorcerer of Metal. We're going to be trying to use our Feral Manticore and the two Harpies to drag him down, as he should be dancing around in the back line behind his lads. We're going to definitely take some damage from the Searing Doom and the Guinness Golden. That's going to change how we deploy ourselves. Should be a fun battle. Let's get to it. Alright, so I do have a sneaky idea. Let's start deployment. We are just going to basically just stack the lads up, but let's make sure we know who is part of the garrison, so they'll be their own group, and then our lads. We'll just have them in two separate groups, because there's not going to be any amount of flanking we're really going to be able to do here. Let's put the archers all in guard mode. How many of them do we really have? A surprising lack, don't we? Okay, so these guys are going to be on Operation Blast Wulfric's War Mammoth with arrows. And we'll square them up a little bit. We don't want them too squared because they will just get eviscerated then by a single either Guinness Golden Hounds or the Searing Doom. Put them a little bit like so. And then we'll have all of the Warherd with shields that don't belong to our Warherd up front here. I think this is the best form of choke point we can force them in, so pull them just beyond right there. The Warherd are just going to be kind of I hope they don't have all the magic in the world. I said 120, so they may have a maxed out stack. Oh, we've got some supplies too. How useful. Okay, so the put our normal gore herd in behind them as well. Guinness is going to be so dastardly here just because of the amount of clumping up we are going to be forced to do. Let's go Bestigors in the very back. Have all of our Harpies get ready to go after the enemy spellcaster, but we'll keep them in the very, very back as well. That way they're easy for me to position our other soldiers around. We'll get the other gore herd. It's just going to be wave after wave of our gore rushing in there, pretty much. I think we also want to go ahead and leave the Tuskgore chariots up front. Try to convince the enemy that's who you want to use your magic on. And even if we lose them or they get caught, they aren't going to be super useful in the battle anyway. They don't have a lot of contact effects, and they'll just run off the side and shouldn't get taken out fully. We also want the Beastman Giant actually behind these initial gore herd because Wulfric will just beeline towards him and he'll get bodied. I don't want the pigs up front as well. Spawn. Their unbreakableness. It'll be a scary fight regardless. We'll have you in right in front of all of the Harpies, which we're going to basically send them up front as a screen. And then we'll send the Manticore on top of the enemy spellcaster. Speaking of, our two spellcasters definitely need to stay back a bit. Thankfully, both of them have both Devolve and Traderkin, so we should be able to layer on some death across wherever we want. Who isn't deployed? Let's go Spear Gore. I guess we can really afford to sacrifice them the absolute most. Elite though they may be. Back here. Axe Centigore also in the back. I don't know if it's a good idea to keep them up front to harass. We can try. I just might lose them to bad micro. Is everyone in position? It does look like it. Just an absolute wad of beasts over here. Ungor. Yeah, that's what we got. Alright, Wulfric. To arms. Yeah, let's leave the chariots here, see if we can convince his spellcaster to waste some spells. He's already forbidding rotting on himself, which is perfect. Wiggling the forbidden rot all over. That's a lot of damage you're taking there, buddy. Yeah, you're building up magics, but you're about their only spellcaster, so what happens if you get taken out? There's the big Papa Mammoth and its little children, the great Morghur of the Bloodfjorder, are a terrifying ROR unit. We didn't get to use them too much in our Wulfric campaign before we got drop-kicked out of existence by bugs. We just had an infinitely respawning in-time crisis that never went away. He's not going to be falling for casting spells on our Tuskor, is he? Nah, doesn't look like it. They're keen to wait on us to come on in, or the reinforcements to come on in, which is very fair. We'll wait on them as well, build up some spells. 17 seconds, we'll just speed that along, and then Wulfric's boys should show up. Just keep wiggling the Forbidden Rod, it's not unsafe at all. Plus, the longer they wait, the more chances I get to use our Savage Dominion here. You attack me, Wulfric. Let's see it. I'd also like to see a change to Wulfric where he's not just riding on top of... Oh, that's not even him. Riding on top of a War Mammoth. Maybe he gets a couple of the Bloodfjord boys, maybe two of them, as just like a fighter alongside of him, kind of like Scarsnake and his Squig. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see any bad casting coming down from their mage. Right, where's my Savage Dominion at? 34 seconds. We're just gonna go ahead and get set up. Uncharacteristically organized for the Northmen. And here they come. The unwashed hordes of man. Smell just as bad as our Beastmen. Whom are very bored. Come on over here and do something. They're likely to do something about our throwing axe Centigore. Do they outrange the other lads? No, it's exactly the same, so we're gonna want to chuck axes and turn and run. We may not even win that engagement. Keep an eye out for any white circles on the ground. They spell doom. Oh, hello there. Mere stalkers. How would you like a few throwing axes? They kind of just in range. How much missile resist do you guys have? A lot. Well, let's not stop moving. Those Famir will catch you. Reorganizing your line is also terrifying. Don't do that. One Famir falls. You had to expend a lot of axes to get that done. Axes away. 59, and we're gonna go ahead and not have you guys fire on these Famir. We're gonna rip them down with normal weapons. Actually weakening their health pool. What a bit. You spearmen fall back behind the line. They'll just get blended apart by the Famir. You guys head over to the woods, kind of a diagonal, and then or maybe we'll just leave them up front to be the ones that take the hits. Keep chucking axes at those Famir. I don't mind using our arrows to deal with these guys here. I'll remember sitting my Morghur out. Get back here, you. As soon as they're in archer range, we can do a bit of rusty penetration. No, they're running for their lives. Fair enough. Here comes the first mammoth, which I would prefer not to waste our arrows on, but we might have no choice. Alright, let's come back behind the line. We got a little bit overly dangerous there. Alright, archers. Try to pull our spearmen back a bit. They're gonna die in droves either way. Yeah, just getting obliterated. Oh, here comes Wulfric's Sea Fang. Bring the giant in to try to clobber this chieftain quickly. Gonna move the spawn around. Let's have all of our archers move up and start focusing this Marauder chieftain. He's in combat, so he's gonna lose a little bit of his missile resistance that he would normally have. Charge those Famir stalkers. And now that everyone's in, we can start dropping the Traderkin. Wulfric is mean. In fact, so mean. Let's make sure our archers are focusing him down instead. You can go for the Devolve. Our other spellcaster here can drop his Savage Dominion. Should have gone for the heals first. Speaking of, deal with him. Let's send all of the Harpies over the top. Surround and destroy the Shaman Sorcerer of Metal. Sigor's in. He can just throw those rocks really wherever he wants. Let's see about in the middle of this area. Send the Razor Gore in. And then start blending up the normal Marauders. It is definitely time to start sending in the reinforcements. Wulfric getting dragged down pretty quickly, though. I'm going to send you two instead after these Marauder Hunters. I hear the Genna's Golden Hounds flying out. Send in the Bestigor as well. Have them target the Mammoths and the high values. Wulfric is going down. We'll go for a Vile Tide in the center here, just scare some lads off. Heal everyone up front. Giant back in there after Wulfric. Go Traderkin on everything here as well. In charge of the Bestigor. Our Harpies are getting absolutely smashed. They sent them back behind. That's crazy. Priorities there. I don't think you've got your bleed effect. Let's go ahead and pull away now. Archers, you can now target this Mammoth that's rampaging. Wulfric and his battle chariot have fallen. We'll send the course back a bit as well. Go for another Traderkin and these poor fools. Send the battle pigs back in. But switch the Ungor archers targets there. Send in the Ravagers. Send in the proper Centaur. Ready to get you out of the fight there. I don't see the enemy spellcaster any longer. I think he is fleeing for the hills. Smash him in over here. Actually, let's go clobber this Marauder Chieftain before he flees. Pull these chariots back. Axes back in there. Drop the Vile Tide to scare these guys off. Find our units start moving and crash them back in, except for you. One of our battle pigs is not finding more juicy targets. Change that at once. The spawn are fighting to the bitter end. We'll go ahead and put you guys back on fire at will. Any targets you now pick are perfectly fine. No, it wasn't. Now the Duskor is also just gonna crash in. Have to go rip through after the Marauders. They're already running pills. Are any of our Harpies back? I think we just got them breaking and running. Power of the Beastmen. Drag these Marauder Berserkers down. I think they fight to the bitter end regardless. They think they're tough, but are you as scary as a Bestigor? Probably not. But a steady diet of the steroids and rabies. I think that's that. There may be a few of Wolfrich's boys that are churning to come back, but we've got a lot to run down. I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, it's going to give us a Pyrrhic victory. We did lose one of our brand new Chaos Spawn, but I think that's completely fine, all things considered, especially since they're 100% free. So yeah, we'll take that. We only lost 909 to their 1500, even with a metal spellcaster. We will turn them into some delicious Chaos brand and Norskin nuggets. See what the undead try. Still a cultist? So we've got more line of sight and undivided corruption. And now we have roundly marmalized the Eternal Challenger. He'll be back for a rematch, and soon. Of that you can be certain. We'll gain a little bit of extra movement range, some bonus to the infantry, and some charge bonus, which will be great for just rampaging around on his chariot. I'm thinking what we are going to want to do here is... Red Duke actually ran for his life? Really? Mortalo is part of this Blood Grounds, but I think we are going to just activate the ritual now. That way we're not necessarily tied to this area, and we can start moving back up north with Pa here. Yes, so what we're going to do is we just go ahead and... Well, let's not pop it yet, because we can actually use him to gain a little bit more devastation, just kind of smacking Wolfric's surviving armies here. So let's try to ambush Jiraiya. Jura. Really? It would go that poorly for us. Auto-resolve's going to be mean, isn't it? Let's get him. Yes, what we're fighting here has the capability to do lots of damage to us if we don't react to them at all. A Famir Merg? A Hammer Infantry. Oh, he is the Warhammer. Jiraiya the Warhammer. Alright, well we're going to set up our Sneaky Gore on this side to combat the Marauder Horsemen with their throwing axes. Same thing with Harpies here. We'll go Duskor Chariots. We'll have them rolling with... Oh, we actually don't have the Centaur this time. That works out fine. We'll go Spear Gore. Normal Gore in the center, backed up by Blackhorns, Ravagers. Because we don't have to worry about any spellcasters, we can clump up quite a bit here with our infantry. I'm going to keep you guys a little ways back. And same thing on this side, just in case. Battle Pigs, Giant, our surviving Chaos Spawn. What are we missing? Oh, Manticore. You three as a group. Our infantry squad. Archers, and then the fast movers. Alright, let's keep the chariots a little bit closer here. They'll be much better at running through the Marauder Hunters than anything else. Right then, actually, so that means I'm going to put them behind our line. Battle begin. Said begin. Giant, you move up. Same thing with you there, Pa. Manticore over the top. And then we'll have you two just kind of follow those horsemen around. Spawn up front here. Battle Pigs taking up either flank. There you have it. And there you have it. Here's some Famir Stalkers. Ready to... A bit froggy. I'm here for it. We will just kind of dodge those haphazardly thrown axes. Pull away from you. It looks like they're trying to lure us in with the smaller units. We'll discharge you with... We need to. Let's let the archers handle them. Let's let the archers handle them. You can go over the top and probably scare off these Marauder Hunters in just a moment. They rampaged. Why did they rampage? I don't know, but I don't care. We're gonna take all of the advantage of it. Alright, those Familiar are in. Let's go ahead and send in the Gore and the Battle Pigs. Also go ahead and send in our Lord. Go ahead and heal up. Start firing on the Mammoth. Everyone here. Sent in the Gore and Battle Pigs and go to the back line. They get shot up by those javelins a little bit here, so let's just go deal with that real fast. Drop everyone's combat potential. Oh no, the Mammoth is in our back line. Haven't even dropped any Trader Kin yet. Let's drop that on these two. Haven't necessarily needed it. Get back here and help them out a little bit, just in case. You can do it while dropping the Devolve. Turn the Familiar back into a piddly little Charmander. He is trying to escape, isn't he? Are you running for the hills, or what are you doing? Be trying to reinitiate the charge bonus. Let's just stop that cold. Guess there were some Familiar Stalkers in the woods. We'll just turn and run them over with Battle Pigs. The Ray Scream would annihilate these poor fools. Not as much as I thought. Don't use it on single entities. That's what we've learned here today. Pull the archers up just to stop anyone from coming back, but I think we've got them. Oh, there's another unit of Familiar Stalkers over here. Check that out. Sneaky prowess. Small Familiar look pretty cool. Little demonic Ankylosauruses. But they do have a weakness to being ripped in half, as you'd expect. Make sure our Harpies are actually winning this fight. They may be able just to overwhelm them with numbers. That looks to be that. Sorry, Wolfric. I am going to hunt down the surviving Norskins and Familiar, and we will meet on the campaign map. And we dropkick the lesser corrupted, I guess, Cyclops lizard out of existence. No problem at all. We will go ahead and nom-nom on this set of Norskin nugs as well for a maximum, well, pretty much near maximum. Maybe we can also hit Snagger. Oh, he crossed the river, probably not. Akbar is on a Tuskgore here, and he was gaining experience just from the side. Sounds awesome. We can't catch him, but just barely. So here's what we'll do. We will try to sneak once more here in the hidden encampment. I'm right next to, and then before, well, let's pass out some skills. To good old Pa, who deserves them. Distorted reality. Speaker of the Darkling Council. Enemy spells are going to cost more. Seems pretty good. I think we just want the magic reserves up to Arcane Conduit, though. And so that's what we'll grab. Even Morghur gained some skills. How awesome. Let's go ahead and give you, my friend, the continued path down the blue line, blessed by evil. Akbar. I think we're going to do the same, probably. Grab blessed by evil, start working down the blue line for them. For recruitment capacity, is it actually worth it? Well, you know what? I'd say only blessed by evil is necessarily worth it at the moment, so I'll just put the single point into there for now, and we'll start making him a better fighter, this Beast Lord here. Won't worry about his gore so much, because he's just rolling with a bunch of super expendable lads, and a Cygor. Okay, so back onward over with Morghur. Where is my my toxic grounds? We of course want to keep moving. So we'll have Torox roll with us. This weird, strangely built beast horde building now. Rolk is outside, which means, well, they're not going to actually reinforce him because he's in the underway. What a mistake. We get Skrulk's defeat trait then on Torox. Let's bring them together for now. Pretty quickly here they can split up and start destroying things separately. This one should be one we can auto-resolve. Oh, he runs for the hills. Okay, well you stay here. Torox, move in as close to the settlement as you can. Morghur might be in the way. Actually, it absolutely looks like he or Taduthus here is completely in the way. Here, let's go. We know that there's someone in the ruins. Oh, we can just do it like this. We'll probably take more losses. We'll go ahead and drop the blasted standard on probably Torox himself, and then just give this one to the auto. We lose a lot of piggies, that's no big deal. This can all be replenished, no problem. And this way he can't escape. We will go ahead and raise an advanced, gain some more constant replenishment. 20% sounds great. But where do we want to send Torox? We can have him continue into the Empire where he's kind of meant to rampage around. Meanwhile, Morghur goes after Torgavon alone, or we can have them both roll together to bring down the Azrai. Morghur, do we want to go for Unholy Resistance for you? Or Unholy Resilience? 30% replenishment just for him. No, I think it's a good idea to start working on his corrupted boys. So let's find the freakish mutations. Give them some more weapon strength. Start working down the actual army line now. Evan. The one and only. And the onslaught does sound pretty fantastic. While defending. Leadership size. That's just melee defense. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab Woundmaker here. Jump his weapon strength up by 21. We'll get all 3 of those, and then we'll just continue on to Deadly Onslaught, and then grab all of the melee defense skills. Bloodcaller's gonna bump up Minotaurs as soon as we have them. Don't you worry, Torox. Don't you worry. Yeah, so Favorite of the Skull Throne here will drop in some extra Corn Corruption. Spell resistance 20% for the entire army, and then his army ability, his ability, I guess, the Brass Body. So we get 45-second duration of 40% resistance and 25 more melee defense. I mean, he's got 106 attack. So, yeah, sure. Why not shore up all of our melee stats all at once? Sweet business. Do we have any better armor for what we do? 3 and 5, or 5 and 13%? Warghur the Shadowgave it is. Although I like Armor of Fortune a little bit better. Resistance and ward save. So it's up to 13% and 15%. Not bad, not bad. Crown of Command I also don't like. Let's see if we can't get something a little bit better by combining these 2 items. That's not it, Chief. Maybe we combine up the Potion of Speed and Morghur's Potion of Speed. No, probably not. We've got a Herd Stonekeeper, Undivided Corruption, Horde Growth. The Zealot for upkeep reduction is pretty great. And maybe a Cultist for more. The Gift of Chaos. 10 extra attack. We just drop that down on Torox and bump up to 116. He will never miss. Spawn Wrangler. Oh, we need another one of these. Let's grab the... Can the Flayer go on those that aren't just Lords? I'll give him the Flayer. I take it back. Let's give him the Gift of Chaos. Oh, we lost one of our banners here. What did we lose? Hearthstone Keeper. We need to try to increase our limit on our heroes. So you can't have a Flayer, but you can have a Cultist. And you can have the Battle-Scarred Ungor as well. Okay. That's good to know. Can the Ungor Raider go to Kevin? That'd be fantastic. Anything that this is a Lord. Or on the Lords. We'll just yoink those away. That way they can free up some slots. He has the Hearthstone Keeper there with Taurox. This all looks good. Might yoink the Zealot away, though, because his army's not as expensive as Kevin's. Cool. And then you can have the Spawn Wrangler and get even more spawn. Or, well, don't really need that so much. Let's grab the Flayer for stealing more goodies. Yeah, there we have it. Morghur's items are really meh. Hasn't seemed to matter at all. Plague Lash there is now on Taurox, so if they're rolling together, we'll have a -10 to enemy control. We can start up rebellions on the fly and bop them on the noggin and steal their goodies. Pestilence has been located, and we can perform our ritual here again when the Butchers of Kalkengrad make their appearance. Hounds of men are but larders of flesh for the followers of the ways of Ragush, Ravager of Kalkengrad. Okay, well, welcome to Taurox's army there. They are no forced penalty. They cause Discourage. That's a -10 to leadership. Besides that, what do they have going for them? It's a little bit stronger than normal Minotaurs, but they have Discouraged. Sounds good to me. I think these guys are cow-colored as well. Moo-moos of Doom. Awesome. Can we quite reach Aquitaine? I think from here we can have them split up, so we'll have Taurox go after... Well, Aquitaine's the main one, so we'll have Taurox go after the Humble Chapel. And then Morghur can go south. Camp up. We'll stay in Geen. I think we'll gain more replenishment here in friendly territory. And then Taurox can do kind of the same thing, but going north. Hidden encampment. Moving this way. Great. And before I spend any money with Taurox, we need to make sure we can get the God-touched gore, or God-touched spawn, Toxic Grounds, in the deep pits or Chaos spawn, blessed with a multitude of gifts from their dark gods, as well as the Jabberslythe. All of them belong here with Morghur. The whole of Beast Filth. There is always the Immolation Grounds. We also need a spellcaster here with Morghur. Mound of Blades for a higher chance for items to drop. Quite like that idea. How about the Gorgon's Lair would allow us the giant up to Elemental Incarnate Gorgon and the Cygor. So let's go for the Giant's Lair. And then we could perhaps upgrade the Desecrated Altar for more replenishment. And we'll get 2 more uses of Vile Entropy. Alright, alright. Sweet, so after burning down Aquitaine, we'll be able to actually fit out this army with exactly what we want. That means I probably should have kept Taurox a little bit closer, that way we could have dropped off the units that I'm going to be kicking out. Okay. Well, that's something we probably should have done, but what can you actually recruit in then, Taurox? What more? Hound of Plague? Why not? Well, no. I am going to go ahead and combine their armies up, which is going to waste a turn. Alright. Taurox, we can have you go into raiding instead, just come down closer, that way it doesn't use as much of our movement. And then we can just burn down Aquitaine then next turn. Slows us down momentarily. And then I do want to increase our capacity for Ray Shaman. We should be able to recruit that here actually with Morghur. And we'll add him into his army next turn here. That way we can actually have these Zangors. Well, I don't know if we're going to keep the Zangors. We'll find out. Just how many... Needs 1,700 to recruit him. We'll find out just how many of the God-touched spawn we're allowed to actually recruit. You stay here. Sneaky, sneaky mode. Everything else looks to be going our way. We do want to burn down Hot Mount here. I also want to take down Samasel. We'll try to auto-resolve him first. Please don't have any military buildings here. Yeah, these are just normies. Get crunched, normies. Still lost quite a bit. We will nom-nom on them. And then nothing really defending. Oh, we are no longer at war with you, I forgot. It's just time to destroy everything. We'll raid and just kind of circle back around, let him build up a little bit then. Hopefully he starts, or either him or the Bretonnians start building up in the area. That way we can get some more devastation. Alright, who hasn't been moved? Oh, Akbar. Let's see just how much Lengi has built up. We'll come through the beast paths here. Let's go this way. Alright, well we're not replenishing that much, but we can switch over to raiding next turn and sort that out, no problem. Alright, we'll down with Torox and Morghur, and let's end the turn. Don't lick a toad. A layer of a Jabberslythe, a mutated and horrendous abomination, has been found. The creature is still within. We just built one. We could harness this beast to bolster the herd and risk madness, or leave it to its abominable rest. Let's summon the beast. Absolutely. 3 extra recruit rank. We need it. And Torox, we'll actually just have you pick up the units from Morghur. That way he shouldn't lose any movement. I love you actually see the hag tree copes. And now we are going to take just about everything here. I'm going to leave the Zangors because they're mutated themselves. I am going to take Centigore. Oh, we didn't grab everything, I guess. Razor Gore chariots. All of the normal gore and the archers too. Because these ones will get kicked out. Everything else will stay with Morghur. Yoink. And now Torox has an army that's going to get switched up on the fly as well, but for now he's got our elite gore. Before we send them back to the field. Right. So we can't summon in any of the God-touched gore? Oh, they actually cost gold. Ah. There's no cap on them, they cost gold. Well, that's going to limit our army growth a little bit. Okay. Well, in the meantime... we're gonna go ahead and keep Torox here next to Morghur, kind of defending him. Extra movement for all armies faction wide. Nah. We need to build up so we can actually recruit in these God-touched gore that I didn't think we would actually spend gold for. Let's grab all of the spawn then. Jabberslythe. I think we also want an additional giant for the time being. Maybe. What are we missing? 4 units then? So the plan is we're going to have a whole squad of Chaos spawn, and I want 2 each of the other. I want 2 spawn of Nurgle, 2 Khorne, 2 Tzeentch, and 2 Slaanesh. And then we'll fill in the rest of the army from there. What do we have left here? The Vorpal Gland, a Broodmother, the Blood Brute Behemoth, and then the Eye of Morsleep. And I also want the Zangors here with Morghur. Which for that, we would probably have to circle all the way back around. We can recruit in 2 Slangors though, which is the Slaanesh version. Did I accidentally get the wrong ones? The chosen Slangors? Oh man. I meant to get the Tzeentchian ones. Alright, well, we will leave Morghur's army like this. I did say I wanted to recruit in a Bray Shaman, so if we can afford it. No, we cannot. Warlocks, do some raiding. I'm gonna have to send Kevin out to just discover the rats here. It says it's gonna cost gold, but it doesn't. As long as you have that amount of gold in your inventory, you can scout the... There we are. Perfect, actually completed one of our challenges as well. So this is a Clan Eshin settlement. There's no one to be seen. And that'll actually allow us to start raiding in the province now that we know there's someone here. I mean, we could just send Torox in to do some damage. Ah, the spoiler raiding stance, you can actually attack in it. That's cool. Yeah, we might as well. Oh, we'll lose our chariots. And we can just set up for a turn and besiege them. I can be patient for once. Let's go Gift of Chaos on the Butchers of Kolkengrad, and we will continue the siege. Oh, now we don't lose anything? Never mind. Let's take the win there. We'll raise in advance. Not sure where that army went. Where are you going? Now we gotta run away from the Red Duke. Let's Juggernaut. Wow, that is insane. I mean, if I was brave enough, we'd go clobber the Red Duke. What does your army look like? If it's just a bunch of zombies, you're 00 boned, my friend. There is Wolkadir up here. You can try to just drop kick him real fast. Buzz army just missing a single unit of the spawn. We should have recruited them in the last turn. We can beat them with a decisive. It means the other army is probably nothing but this. He will take the gold. We need all of it. This actually changes our plans for the turn. Turn around and steal from Castle Bordelot. I think it's probably a better idea to go after Ricard to burn that so we don't have to worry about Wolfric back anytime soon. Come up this way. Raiding isn't useful. We'll switch over to an encampment and then add back in, I guess, an additional unit of archers. Since we're not anywhere we can actually recruit. Now, Morghur, we can give you... We're going to start with the spawn of corn. Awesome. Since these are single entities and we need kind of a linchpin for our army to work around. Cool. And then we can see if Torox can catch the Red Duke. We might have to fight this battle. Torox is an absolute unit. I believe in him. Oh, the Red Duke runs for his life. Really? Well, that makes things a little bit spicy for me, because now he's going to turn... Oh, he's just a bunch of zombies. You gain more replenishment from raiding than you do from... It's exactly the same. Yeah, we'll keep raiding then. Torox is insane. In the best of ways, of course. Morghur will let you sit and recruit. We are stuck in stationary for the time being, but we're finally getting the God-touched cores in. God-touched spawn. Oh, I'd love to burn down Hotmouth. Let's see about scouting up to the north. Maybe we'll just bring the Bray Shaman and have him do it. I want to see if there's any armies up here that we might get jumped by. I don't see any. That should be making more money, since it's a port settlement. Or as you jump back into Forgoth's crew, and there's a motorcycle cop going by. Very loud. Gonna hang out between here, so we can keep an eye on Gentillion. It'll be hard for them to come across Tancred Castle without us seeing them first. Cool, and we'll set up the raiding over here, that where we're yoinking the maximum amount of gold away from our enemies. Whoa, hang on now.
I am a lord of
The Endor looks like he actually might be able to throw some hands pretty well. Let's have you stay in raiding stance. You get the same amount of replenishment either way, and we'll just gotta come back towards our lines. Catchy, we're in a bit of trouble.
Do you take me for a churl?
So in that case, we'll switch back over into Hidden Encampment. See if he just wants to settle Gunay, maybe. That should be our turn. Make sure you're recruiting in a new unit. Perfect. There it is. Alright, the turn is ours. We saw a battle go down here. That could have been the red dude throwing hands. But if it wasn't, we're... Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. Evan, can you come on up and see what's in this castle for me? We know it's Skaven, but I'd like to get you some free experience. Thank you, sir. I guess I'm pretty sure that still gives you free experience. I didn't check the little bar at the bottom before we did that. We're missing an enchanted item. I don't think we have any free ones laying around. We could finally combine up these Tormentor swords. I'm gonna go ahead and do. For a Helm of Discord. Nothing too exciting there. Ray Shaman's familiar, and nothing he can use. We are a bit ancillary starved. Can we go ahead and give them any extra cool buffs too? No. They're just incredibly buffed up by his skill tree. Awesome. But these ones will actually explode every now and again, which is fantastic. Anything that doesn't have armor just eviscerates. And also, it's a good idea. It is a good way to just drop on some fire on a unit that is normally regenerating. Slows that regeneration down. Alright. We've got 2,000. Do we want to be moving in a way that we can take down another settlement very quickly? I think the only one that is in the way here is the Humble Chapel. And we can have Torox come on over and start up a new Blood Grounds with Tor Bedews. That has this kind of a whole crescent here. And then I think from that point, we'll just have him come back over. We have destroyed Bretonia. I think it's a good idea to unleash Torox on the Empire. So we'll have Morghur get closer to... Oh, you can't move because of the Jabberslythe? Never mind, we'll stay here then. Love to add in the raiding group. Instead, we'll go for an additional... I think. Spawn of Nurgle are going to be poison attacks, and the Cloud of Flies, they'll heal. Very, very tanky. We want to keep them away from our explodey fire spawn, though. Let's go Spawn of Slanesh. Because we're missing kind of a really armored front core, or a front line. So let's go for Spawn of Tzeentch first. We know with 2 Spawn of Tzeentch, we will be maxed out, so let's go ahead and kick. Oh, really, we don't need any of these Chaos Spawn. We'll keep them for the time being, because we want a maxed out army, but we won't spend any gold giving them armor or anything. I guess we'll have 2 undivided Spawn, and just 2 of each. Sweet. That army is going to be terrifying when it's complete. Snagger has retreated to Castle Ricard. Who's in there? No one? I don't know if you should have run back to that castle. It seems like a death trap. Seems like a death trap to me. And we roll on the battle pigs, and it says we're going to have a valiant defeat. Really? Are you sure about that? Well, this will be our battle for the next episode. We will be Legacy sweeping the Nightbane and his many, many creepy Cyclops lizards. Should be a good time. Now, though, I'm out of time for today. Hope you'll enjoy today's Morghur the Shadowgave campaign. If you enjoyed the episode, remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub zone. See you on the next one.